It's a beautiful day outside. Birds are singing, flowers are blooming. On days like these, young adults like me should be doing artwork inside. Woo! Welcome back to art time, baby. Tie that in. Hello, and welcome back to art time. So today I'm going to be doing some little watercolor doodles of the D&D party that I'm in with some of my friends. Now I guess some background on the D&D campaign. Instead of playing as like elves, goblins, dwarfs, and humans if you're lame, we're all playing as little woodland critters, and we've all been assembled together to form a party by the powerful rat wizard Uncle Bile, who is trying to get us to retrieve his magical trinket from the powerful wizard Rodenkainen, who is more or less human scale, and we are trying to sneak into his very large tower and steal his magical artifact. So our little adventuring party consists of Shermie Kirk, the deer mouse cleric, Jeck Bore-Tooth, the southern flying squirrel barbarian, Merrit, the coastal artificer, Teep, the black-capped chickadee rogue, and then Uncle Bile, who is sort of the wizard rat leading us on this adventure. So I just kind of want to make cute little watercolor doodles of everyone in the party, and yeah, hopefully this is an enjoyable little thing for everyone watching. So I've done a few like little sketches of all the characters so far, but nothing like too refined. Thankfully, I was able to get everyone to send me actual like little descriptions of what their characters look like to them. So yeah, I'll be trying to be incorporating all those elements. And yeah, I think I'm gonna start with Shermie, the little deer mouse. So Shermie is the little deer mouse. He's a cleric, very small, very timid, very quiet. He has a little ladybug friend he likes to wear as a hat. But don't let his sort of trepidation fool you, because this guy will not hesitate to kill anyone for his lady the raven. He's a very dedicated cleric. And yeah, we love Shermie. Okay, so next up I will be sketching out Jeck Bore-Tooth, who is the southern flying squirrel barbarian. He's got some cool pants, some fun boots, purple eyes, and for a great club, he wields a miniature model lamppost for like a train set, and that's his weapon. And he's a very like hot-headed, ready to get into action kind of guy. So I think I'm gonna draw him like a fun little like action pose, like he's winding up his street lamp like a baseball bat or something. Okay, so next we have Merrit. He is a coastal and the group's artificer. Yeah, he's a smart little mole. What else about him? He's very straightforward in communication style, and he's got a bunch of funky little gadgets, like a slingshot that's attached to his arm with a little ammo feeder for it strapped to him. The claws on one of his arm can sort of like arrange themselves to form a shield, or claws, sort of depending on how he needs them. And he has these fun little like goggles. He wears studded leather armor. So probably going to be the hardest out of all the little characters to draw, just because he has so many like intricate little bits to him. But yeah, this will be a fun little challenge. Okay, so now I'll be sketching out my character Teep. She's a black cap chickadee rogue, a bit of a swindler, a bit of enjoys sort of playing rigged games of cards against people, and she's a dual wielder. So in one talon she wields a rapier, and in the other she has a short sword. And so she's very much sort of like a flying in your face, kind of like attacker. Okay, so the last character that I'll be sketching today will be Uncle Bile, the rat wizard who sort of gathered the whole party together in the first place. He's the one who's enemies with Rodenkainen and is paying us to go into his tower and retrieve his magical artifact. We don't know a lot about Uncle Bile. He might not even actually be a rat for all we know. But yeah, he's paying us, so like, we don't really need to know that, do we? And yeah, he's sort of like a hunched over Norway rat. He's got a hooked hand, but instead of just like one hook, he's got a double hooked hand. And then he's got a magical orb that he holds in the other hand to prevent us from being detected by Rodenkainen. And he's got these big old mutton chops, and yeah, just a fun character. Okay, so yeah, it's another day. Yeah. And yeah, I'm hoping to finish up the little watercolor thing. So yeah, I'm just gonna be doing the inking now of all the sketches, and then I'll actually get to painting it, and then yeah. Woo! Hey, Tibby. Oh, you're so cute. You're so precious. Oh my goodness. Oh, where are you going? Okay, so yeah, I have all the inking done now, and it's time to move on to the actual painting part. And I actually have slightly under 2 hours until D&D starts for me tonight. So yeah, I'm just gonna go simple. Just yeah, I have this little mini watercolor kit. I'm not gonna do anything too fancy with the colors. I think just have it like pretty, like mostly just yeah, light shading. Yeah. not too much effort, but I want it to look kind of cutesy is sort of the goal of this. Yeah, so I'm gonna get to painting and hopefully this all turns out. So I did all the watercoloring, and Tibby was so helpful the entire time and didn't mess anything up at all. Yeah, I think to finish them off, I'm just going to do another second pass with some of the inking again, just to make things stand out a little more, because I think some things got a little lost. And then, yeah, I actually have to go to D&D right now, so I guess I'll find out what happens with the rest of the campaign and find out whatever is going on with Rodenkainen and Uncle Bile. But yeah, I'll probably get to that in time. So little break for now. Yeah, so I am done with the doodles now, and I'm quite happy with how they turned out. I think adding a little colored background to make them pop from the page a little bit was a fun idea. And I like that it's just a little splash of color. And yeah, I think they're all really cute. And I guess updates on the D&D session. So using plane shifting, we were able to go to Rodenkainen's identical tower in both Shadowfell and the Feywild, because there's identical towers set up in both the material planes, Shadowfell and the Feywild. However, he only uses the one in the material plane as his main tower, and the rest are just sort of like storage bunkers. So then going to the Feywild, we then snuck into where the vault would have been in the material plane. Plane shifted back to the material plane so we could sneak into the vault. From there, Uncle Bile was able to retrieve his band of power, and we just sort of hid. However, this then triggered sort of the alarm, and at which point Rodenkainen then sort of bursted into his vault to find us. However, he was too late, and Uncle Bile had already put the ring of power around him, at which point he began to float up into the air, and him and Rodenkainen sort of had a bit of a face-off while we sort of all scurried out. And just as things seemed to be going south for Uncle Bile, turns out not. The ring of power was actually his missing left hand. And turns out it's not a very small left hand, as Uncle Bile is not a rat, but in fact an undead green Draco Lich. And sort of just burst from the tower and grabbing us all as we sort of flew away. Yeah, as a reward for helping him, Uncle Bile gave us each lesser copies of his Ring of Power, each imbued with 1 uses of the wish spell. So now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be using mine anyways. Thank you all so much for joining me on this little artistic adventure, and perhaps I will see you again. Or maybe not. Who knows?